Hey guys, this is Brandon. A lot of you guys know me as July. I'm 20 years old from the US, been day trading for about 7 to 8 months, and this month alone in June, I've been able to receive over $120,000 in payouts so far on the month. As you guys can see, there's $100,000 just from Apex in less than a month. I'll refresh for you guys as well. I've also done really well on Take Profit Trader and Lucid Trading, where in April, I've been able to get 4 max payouts in a row with a 100% win rate on Lucid, moving me to live in about 4 weeks. I have 4 example trades for you guys today, and before we get started, I know I am in a closet. That's my clothes above me. It'll be better in the next video. Alright guys, this is the first example trade I have for you. This was on June 4th, 9:43:30 a.m. This was to my favorite drawn liquidity, which is the opening range. It's created at 9:45, which is the highest and the lowest point of the 9:30 15-minute candle. This is my favorite drawn liquidity, the one I pretty much target every single day. It's the one I'm most confident in. There's a 97% hit rate. That price will either hit the opening range high or the opening range low from 9:45 to 10:15. Alright, let's break this trade down. At 9:30, price pumps up, respects this 1 hour fair value gap, starts heading back down. Once it hits like 9:42, 9:43, I can already tell it's gonna hit the open range low because that's the side it's closest on. Price likes to hit whichever opening range side is closest on. So I'll enter as soon as we inverse this 30-second fair value gap. As soon as we cross the inversion, I'll have my stop loss at a protected place 20 points above, right back above the inversion, and respecting this 30-second fair value gap here. I'm pretty much just entering assuming that open range low will get formed at the 9:30 low. So it's 2 draws and liquidities at the same place. As you guys can see, once 9:45 opens at this candle right here, open range low is officially set as the 9:30 low, and it gets hit right away. So that's an easy 40 points for me. It's 1 and 2 RR. There we go. Alright, the next trade I have for you guys is also an opening range low play. This was on June 18th at 9:54 a.m. I took this trade live with about 100 people. We all made bank this day. This trade was the opening range low. 9:45 was created closer to the opening range side as well. We started coming up. We did inverse this first 30-second fair value gap and respected this top one, but then entered on this candle right here. Once it re-inversed this 30-second fair value gap, this is also a fair value gap continuation. Body entered the fair value gap, body closed below the previous candle low, so we entered here, hit the 1-to-1 in about a minute and a half, and this trade ran about like 80 points before it hit our trailed stop loss. Yeah, it hit our trail. I only closed for about 20 points because I just need a trading day on Apex, but I know a lot of people who have banked around like 85 points on this day, so there we go. Alright guys, I just wanted to include this trade also because it's very similar to the last one. This one happened just yesterday on the 24th as I'm editing this video today on the 25th. As you can see at 9:45, price opens up right here. A little bit bullish after opening up, leaving this as opening range low. There's also Asia low and New York low and previous day low below. So there's a lot of high value draws and liquidities right here that we're going to target. As you can see, just like in the last trade, price came up, taps in this 30-second fair value gap, which is also in 1 minute, the 2-minute, and it was a 3-minute fair value gap. No 5th-minute fair value gap, but 1, 2, 3-minute fair value gap. As you can see, one bearish candle inversing this candle right here that was mitigated as 30-second fair value gap. I took my entry about like 2 seconds before the close of the candle just because of this huge displacement candle. I didn't want to miss any points, so I entered about like 2 points right after the inversion here, 2 seconds before, targeting open range low, Asia low, and New York and previous day low. This ran for about 95 points, which I caught all my take profit traders in a minute. And as you can see, once it took Asia low and New York low, price needed more liquidity, so we came back up and then we basically bottom ticked the market. Alright guys, here's the next trade. This was on the same day that we took that short to open range low, and right here we also took the short to 6 a.m. low here, which is the 4-hour candle from 6 a.m. so it closes at 10 a.m. So once 10 a.m. officially sets, Right here, the 6 a.m. low is the low of this 4-hour candle. Right here. 6 a.m. low right here. So breaking down this trade, we were kind of in a choppy area right here, but if you go into higher time frames, we still respected this 1-hour gap when we initially took the short to the upper range low, respecting the 1-hour gap, respecting this 15-minute gap right here. We inverse this pre-market 15-minute bullish fair value gap here. On the 5-minute, we're respecting this 5-minute fair value gap still, respecting this 5-minute fair value gap here as well. Also on the 3-minute, respecting this 3-minute. On the 2-minute, respecting this 2-minute. And then this 1-minute, there's a small 1-minute that we are respecting as well, as you guys can see here. So I already knew opening range low would usually get hit unless we mitigate all the fair value gaps that were up here or inverse them. But I was hesitant to take it on this candle because of all these lows right here, and it was still kind of choppy. So once we broke out of this, took all these lows, I entered right here. Stop loss about 40 points. 40 points is usually the max I'll risk on an intuition trade because I usually just use 1 or 2 minis. So it's right above this small high here, so I felt it was worth the stop loss. Target is 6 a.m. low, about 59 points. This is another 1 to 1.5 RR. As you guys can see, straight flush to 6 a.m. low. Alright guys, this is the last trade. This was on 10:01 a.m. on June 11th. This is the 6 a.m. high. This trade respected these two stacked 30-second fair value gaps, respected this 1-minute and this 2-minute as well, giving us enough push to get to 6 a.m. high over here. As you can see, this 30-second fair value gap, this candle on 10:30 just missed the inversion. So once it crosses the 50% of this bigger fair value gap, I'm expecting it to just inverse this smaller 30-second up here, but I waited until it price crossed the inversion of this top 30-second fair value gap here. So entered right here, had my stop loss below this bottom fair value gap if it were want to reinverse again. And once this candle closes, this would also be a 30-second bullish fair value gap. So my stop loss, if it hits my stop loss, price might have wanted to retap into this 30 seconds gonna create and then go to open range high. But in this instance, it did not even reach this bottom fair value gap created. So entered right at the cross of the inversion here, targeting open range high for 45 points. Sorry, stop loss 25 points. Another pretty good RR trade, 1 to 8. Let's see how this played out. Just instant TP within like 45 seconds. There we go. These trades have been to opening range and 6 a.m. These are my favorite draws on liquidity. I pretty much get one every single day, either to the opening range or the 6 a.m. I wanted to talk to you guys about how I was able to get those max payouts on Apex week after week consistently. I used 20 Apex 50k end of day accounts. So basically you need to create a buffer of $2,100 in order to be eligible for a payout. The minimum payout's $500, but of course you guys want to get the maximum one. Consistency rule is 50%, so your highest winning day cannot be more than 50% of your total profits since your last payout. Trading days, you need 5 days of $250 just to be eligible for a payout, and the daily loss limit is $1,000. So you can't really risk more than 1 or 2 minis since you might get stopped out really fast for only having a $1,000 drawdown. For your first payout, you need to make $3,600 to have a payout of $1,500, which is the max first payout you can have, and this includes the buffer of $2,100. So in the first 5 trading days, I created $3,600 to get my account balance above $53,600. After this is done and you take your first payout, your second payout, you're already above buffer, so you only need to make $1,500. So it's easier once you're above buffer, once you're past the first payout. So about these trading days, you need 5 trading days, about $250, which equals already to 1.250. So after you take your first payout, you only really need to make a little bit more, like a couple hundred more above these trading days in order to be eligible for a second payout. So you don't really need to go for huge home runs. You just need to grab like maybe 300 or 400 per trade and you'll be eligible for your max second payout already, because you should already be above buffer. For the consistency rule, for your first payout, since you have to make $3,600, You don't want to make more than 1.8K per trade in one single trading day, because then you'll beat the 50% consistency rule. And then for the second payout, you don't want to make more than $750 a trading day, because that would be more than 50% of your total goal. So think about your total goal for whichever payout you are on, and then put that 50%, and then that's how much the max amount you can make in one day. And I'll also like to add that Apex is a 100% profit split, which is pretty nice, so you'll be able to get all those payouts, even though they might take a while to come. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what else you guys want to see, if you guys have any questions. I'll link my Discord server down below. I'm doing a $50,000 Take Profit Trader giveaway right now by the time this YouTube video is posted, so make sure to join to be eligible to win. If you guys have any suggestions or questions, you guys can ask me there as well. I'm pretty active on there, and like and sub.